Hi greedy 3Ders. You may remember last week I showed you how I painted the Hulk, how I painted his face, how I painted his skin. A snippet preview here. Well, a few people have asked me, how do you do the arms, how do you do the hands, how do you do the fingernails? So this week I have supplied arms to the Hulk, and I'll show you the process that I used to create him here and see how we did these fingernails. Now, if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe, share it with your friends, and don't forget to press the like button. But most important, don't forget to subscribe. So I'm using exactly the same colour triad that I used on the Hulk's face, starting with the darkest colour, the Savage Green. These are the armypainter Mega Set Air paints, and I'll put a link in my description. You can buy them from there if you need to know where they are. And I'm just going to give both of his arms a generous coating of the darkest of the colours, making sure that although that I want it to be green, I do want to leave some of the black coming through, especially underneath and in the folds of his arms. So although I'm going to give him a generous coating here, the black I don't want to cover completely, because that will do the job of shading really well. Once I'm happy with that colour, I'm going to move on to the green skin, which is the next colour up, and I'm just going to think about where his arms sit on the model, and I'm going to concentrate on the areas that will see light. So I'm going to come down on the top. His thumbs are up, so that's where I'm going to hit the most of it, but I'm just going to give it a little bit of shade all over, and I'm doing exactly the same on both his arms for that. As we've said many times when we're doing skin colours, we want to make the lighter areas at the top of him where the light would hit more pronounced. So keeping that in mind, using the feral green now, what you'll see me do here is just imagine where the light will be coming at him from the top, and I'm just going to hit those areas to make those lighter, and you can see exactly what I mean when I've just zoomed in here. Now, all these paints are available in the description, as I've said, and if you do buy from me, from my description, a little bit comes back to the channel, but doesn't cost you any more, as I am an Amazon affiliate. And I'm just going to finish the next arm off with that feral green, and this is a really good video, I think, just showing you exactly how it goes on and how it adds to the shading and light effects. And you can see just in his pit of his underarm there, his elbow, there was some darkness. Now moving on to the wash time, this is green tone. It's one of the armypainter washes, and what I'm going to do with this, pretty much the same as I did with his face really, is concentrate on all the areas inside where his muscles join, and I'm going to make those a little bit darker to add even further to the effect of light. And also I'm going to concentrate on all his veins and all the little bumps and dimples on there, just to make them stick out a little bit more. Now the washes are absolutely fantastic, and in the armypainter wash set that you can buy, you do get this green wash. You also get a skin tone, you get a dark tone, you get a red tone. They're really good, but obviously for the Hulk, the green tone is the one we're going to use. Now when you're doing the veins on here, I'm just trying to concentrate above the vein and below the vein. I don't want to go over them completely. I want them to stick out, and I want them to look shadowed around them as if they are popping out of his skin, which of course in this model they are. And the folds in his hands and the inner parts of his arm, I'm going to do exactly the same too. Now once I've done that, I'm using a green and a white mixed to a real light colour, and I'm going to give him a gentle coat across his nails. Now the other thing I'm going to do, once that's on there, I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to smudge it down, and that sort of blends it in a little bit. You know, if you look at your fingernails, they're not that noticeable sometimes, but they are a slightly different colour, and you can see the skin coming through them, and that's what I want you to see here. So paint that really light green on, and then take your fingernail and just rub it down. The other thing I've done after this, which I don't think I caught on video, I just took the basic green skin colour with a really narrow brush, and I just went round the outline of all the nails just to add that final je ne sais quoi to it. Now if you look here, when I printed it, I printed these holes in it. Now you must print holes in your hollow models, and these are big enough. They're 65 millimeters. They're big enough to get in a little UV light, and that allows you to cure it inside. Popping on some of my glue here, I'm just using armypainter glue, and boom, he's done. And that's it. It was as simple as that. There's no hardship in doing nails and hands. Really easy. And here's the final result. I hope you really like it. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave them in the description. Thank you.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make